Okay, let's understand what is the difference between inline and block elements. It's very important to understand the difference so you can easily manipulate your HTML file and CSS files, of course, and your website layout in general. Okay, inline elements are basically elements that flow one after each other. For example, if we add one p tag and add some text inside, as you can see, we can add our span, which is an inline element, and say this is span. And you can see that our text is inside the text. It's this text wrap it around, so nothing special. You just add some inline elements. For example, let's add big as inline element and say this is big text. And that's it. Inline elements are elements that are inside the text and the text flows around them. Okay, let's move to block elements. Block elements are, for example, our div is a block element, and I will explain on this example. Let's add to our div some styling. I prepare some styles over here in a comment. Okay, just cut it inside, add some width to be 100 pixels and height also, and background color to be white, just add a hex code, and now we can see our div element. For example, if you we can add in a span elements, we can add another span element. For example, this is a big text, big. We just copy and paste it, and it will be in the same line. But if we add another div element, just copy this one here, it will go in another line. Just add some margin so we can better see. Margin to be, I don't know, 20 pixels. Oops. Okay, so we can see our div element. So let's add another div element. Okay, there is another div element. As you can see, the block elements are one below another, and our inline elements are next to each other. So, but we have a tricks. We can just mesh up some these things, and just let's say that our div elements, which are naturally block elements, let's say display inline. So they act like inline elements. And what happened? As you can see, something is wrong. That's because inline elements don't support height and width of the element. Don't support height and width. Just check this out. If we add to our big, just say, let's say, add to our big element, let's add height. For example, 100 pixels, nothing happens. Let's add width. Width also 100 pixels, nothing happens. Because inline elements don't support width and height. But block elements do. So we just need to display this like inline block. Ta-da! And as you can see, now our elements are acting just like inline elements, just like this one, and but they are block elements. What will happen if we add to our inline elements display to be displayed like block? Ta-da! They will just fall down. Okay, I'll just add background color so we can see it better. And as you can see, when we change to block, height and width now have purpose, and we have this white background block. But if we add inline block, they will flow next to each other. They'll flow next to each other. So the main difference between a div and between block and inline elements is that inline are in line with text and block acts as a block, and just add display inline block or display block to add a behavior, to change behavior of those elements. So everything can be inline and everything can be a block element just by adding this rule display. And this is it. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.